Sonic's Greenhouse Adventures Season 1 Chapter 27, Confronting Jade and Veronica. Sonic was the first to wake up.
Alright, first day of school since I've seen from Green Hills.
Sonic said excitedly as he put on his shoes.
Really? You know what? I was always curious about going to one.
Shadow said as he did the same thing.
That's great, Shadow, because this school is a 6th through 12th school.
Sonic said excitedly as they both walked downstairs.
That's great. We'll be in the same school building. When do you think we can get this arranged?
We'll need to ask Brett's mom about it, and then she'll take care of it.
Cool, and speaking of which, I smell something cooking.
Shadow said as his nose twitched.
Ooh, pancakes are my favorite breakfast recipe. Trust me, you'll love them.
Sonic said as they entered the dining room.
Whoa, they look delicious.
Good morning, Pretzel Mom. We have something to ask you.
Sonic said as Maddie sat down.
Good morning, Sonic and Shadow. So, what is it?
Well, I would like to attend school.
That's great. I'll take care of that after breakfast. But for now, why don't you go with Sonic and check it out?
I like that idea. What do you think, Sonic?
Yeah, let's do it. Besides, I could use my big brother being by my side, especially today. I'm really nervous and scared of what will happen if I run into Jade and Veronica, and they found me at a time where I'm all alone.
Don't worry, Sonic. Me and our friends won't let them hurt you ever again.
Thanks, Shadow. You're an amazing big brother.
Sonic said as they finished breakfast.
Oh, one more thing, boys. There's going to be a party at Marina's after school tomorrow to celebrate this occasion.
Awesome, we'll be there.
Shadow said as he closed the front door behind him.
Well, let's get to school. I'll race you.
You're so on.
Shadow replied and they dashed off to school.
Hey guys, did you see who won our little race? It seemed pretty close to us.
I'm afraid it's a tie. However, that was impressive. How did you manage to run so fast, Shadow?
Oh, it's thanks to my air shoes that the professor created for me.
So, Shadow, what brings you here?
Well, Mom is going to arrange for me to attend school. I have nothing better to do today, so I came to check the school out. Also, to support Sonic when Jade and Veronica see him.
Oh, that's great. Well, we're kind of early, so Sonic, can we try out the songs you wrote?
Sure, I was playing for that today, so of course I brought the sheet music.
Sonic said enthusiastically and they went to the band room.
You guys ready to play this song I call Chasing Shadows in the Dark?
Sonic asked excitedly. The rest of the band cheered in reply and they began playing.
In the shadow of the mountains, where the whispers never die, I found a light in the darkness, in the blue of an open sky. From a past woven in heartache, etched deep within my soul, I rise like the dawn in silence, to reclaim what makes me whole. Though our scars may tell a story, stitched with sorrow and with pain, together we'll weave our glory as we dance through the rain. What was broken now is binding, from the ashes we'll ignite. In the echo of tomorrow, we'll find strength in the night. With every stride I'm learning how to shed the weight of fear. In the bond we're building slowly, every heartbeat brings you near. Like the river runs forever, through the valleys of our dreams, we'll leave behind the shadows, found not only in our screams. Though our scars may tell a story, stitched with sorrow and with pain, together we'll weave our glory as we dance through the rain. What was broken now is shades of blue, to the brothers born of battles. Through the struggles we will push through. For the past won't fade away, but it shapes the road we roam. In this embrace of tomorrow, I have finally found my home. Though our scars may tell a story, stitched with sorrow and with pain, together we'll weave our glory as we dance through the rain. What was broken now is binding, from the ashes we'll ignite. In the echo of tomorrow, we'll find strength in the night. When every whispered moment, hear the promise in the stars, we'll carry on together, even when we're wearing scars. With hope as our companion, let the journey take its flight. In the echo of tomorrow, we'll embrace the endless night.
Oh, that was awesome, Sonic and Shadow. We harmonized so well, and your voice is incredible.
Well, as for the other song, I want to save it for tomorrow night and play it for our families.
Alright, sounds perfect. Let's get to class.
Crystal said happily, and they packed up and headed off to class. Sonic, Shadow, Crystal, and Jolie finally arrived at the gym.
Hey guys, I'm back!
Sonic said dramatically as he walked in.
And I'd like you all to meet someone. My new big brother, Shadow Wojcicki the Hedgehog.
Sonic announced as he moved out of the way to allow his classmates to see Shadow in full view.
Whoa, no way! You're back and there's another anthropomorphic hedgehog? That's the best news we've heard in a while.
One of the students said as the others cheered as they welcomed Sonic back and sang hi to Shadow.
Well, let's get class started, shall we?
The PE teacher said, and they began warm-ups.
So, Sonic, do you think the rest of the day will be like this?
Shadow asked playfully as he joined Sonic in the warm-ups.
There's no doubt about that, bro.
Sonic replied happily as they continued class. A few hours later, Sonic and Shadow were on their way to lunch when Jade and Veronica were in their view.
Look, it's Jade and Veronica, the ones that exposed me to Gun.
Sonic whispered seriously to Shadow.
Well, I say we confront them now. We'll have to sooner or later.
You're right. Plus, I can't wait to see the look on their faces when they see both of us.
Sonic said in agreement as they walked up to Jade and Veronica.
Hey, you two. Miss me?
What? No way! How dare you return?
And is that another anthropomorphic hedgehog?
Veronica asked shakily in a state of shock.
Yes, I'm Shadow the Hedgehog and now Sonic's new older brother.
So what, you're both fugitives?
No, we're not. Also, do you want to know what happened while I was in there so badly? Well, they injected an experimental serum into me and made my legs useless. Then they beat me up. But thanks to Shadow's support, I didn't lose hope nor fall apart.
Oh, how sweet.
Anyways, we had to stay in Washington, D.C. until the cure was finished. So, in the meantime, we met the president to end the misunderstanding once and for all. So we don't have to hide and we can see more of this amazing planet without any worry.
Jade's point of view.
What? Where's the proof of that, huh? I asked challengingly, where I couldn't believe it.
Very well. Just let me call the president and ask him to send me the broadcast footage.
Sonic said as he took out his phone from his quills.
Wait, when did you get his phone number, Sonic?
Well, while we were in his limo, he gave me a piece of paper with his number on it.
A few minutes later, he hung up his phone with a confident smirk on his face.
So you want proof, do you? Well, here's your proof. This was from a broadcast of the president interviewing us and our friends and family.
Sonic said happily as he played the video. Sonic wasn't messing him with us. Well, this doesn't mean we're gonna be nice to you. You still took our friend from us, I said as I began to walk away.
Yeah, so until we meet again.
Veronica added as she followed me. Suddenly, I got an idea and looked to Veronica. I have an idea, Veronica. Let's see what Shadow would do when his buttons are pushed. I told her as we headed to the cafeteria.
Sounds interesting, but really dangerous. I will never abandon you, of course, unlike Jessica. However, I don't want to see you getting hurt because of all this.
Oh, don't worry, Veronica. I'll be careful, I told her reassuringly as we sat down with our lunch. I decided to do research on Shadow to get dirt on him, and what I found made me laugh darkly. Well, this is something interesting, Veronica. Now let's go, I said as we finished eating.
Wait, what is it exactly?
Oh, you'll see. Trust me, I told Veronica reassuringly as we headed to the table Sonic, Shadow, and their friends were sitting at.
Sonic's point of view.
We were enjoying our lunch when I saw Jade and Veronica walking over to us. What do you want? I asked as calmly as I could.
Hey, Shadow, have you become so happy that you completely forgot about your dead friend, Maria?
Jade said harshly, and I couldn't believe what I just heard, and turned to look over at Shadow.
Maria? How do you know about that? I never told anyone about her.
Shadow demanded as he sobbed uncontrollably. My brotherly instincts took over and I hugged him protectively. Shadow, I'm so sorry that happened. But remember, you're not alone anymore. You have me, Donut, Pretzel Mom, and our friends. I told Shadow reassuringly as he cried into my chest. What is wrong with you, Jade? You don't bring sensitive things like that, you cruel monster! I said angrily as I gave Jade a death glare. But thankfully, Shadow regained his calm composure.
That's it, no more games.
Jade said right before she grabbed me by my quills and tail. Ah! What are you doing? Let me go! I screamed out in pain and anger as Jade dragged me to the nearest wall.
No, Sonic! What do you think you're doing, Jade?
Suddenly, I felt the back of my fist hit my head against the wall hard.
Shadow's point of view.
When I saw Sonic unconscious, I stood up filled with anger, fear, and panic.
I'm going to break his legs,
Jade said darkly as she was about to grab one of Sonic's legs. However, I saw an opportunity to stop this. Oh, I don't think so. Chaos Spear! I screamed as I aimed and shot the spear at Jade's sleeve, and it got pinned to the wall.
What the? Are you crazy? You could have killed me.
Oh, please. I was aiming for your sleeve. I never miss, and I'm not the evil monster here. I told her as I reluctantly made the spear disappear, releasing her, as I held Sonic protectively.
Who are you really?
I'm the ultimate life form, I told Jade confidently. Then I turned my attention to Sonic. Sonic, can you hear me? I asked gently.
Sonic's point of view.
When I heard Shadow's voice, I opened my eyes to see that I was in Shadow's arms protectively. Shadow? What happened? I asked shakily as I gained complete consciousness.
Jade was going to break your legs, so I used my Chaos Spear to pin her sleeve to the wall to stop her.
What? She tried to do what Gun practically did? I asked shakily in shock.
Yeah, but don't worry, you're alright. Let's get to your next class.
Shadow replied reassuringly as I got back onto my feet. Oh, you're right. We don't want to be late, I said as we left the cafeteria.
Veronica's point of view.
I couldn't believe what just happened, and it made me snap. You were right all along, Jade. That freak will pay for this, I told Jade darkly as we left the cafeteria.
Well then, what's the plan?
Jade asked me excitedly, so I explained the plan to Jade thoroughly. So after school, we found Shadow as I took out my pepper spray and hid it behind my back. Oh, hey, Shadow, I said to get him to turn around. Once he did, I sprayed it into his eyes.
Duh! What is wrong with you?
Shadow demanded as he covered his eyes in pain and fell to the ground. Now, Jade, it's time to teach this guy a lesson, I said as Jade came over to me. That's when we started kicking him repeatedly.
Sonic's point of view.
I heard the commotion behind me and quickly looked to see what was going on because I heard Shadow screaming in pain. That's when I saw Jade and Veronica kicking him. No, Shadow! Ah! I screamed. as I felt that strong sense of rage. Then I turned into my dark Sonic form. I flew at full speed towards Jade and Veronica as I formed a dark lightning ball of energy in my hand. By the time I got there, Shadow was unconscious.
Huh? What the? Who and what are you?
It's still me, Sonic. I call this my dark Sonic form. And how dare you hurt my brother? Now get away from him. My father will know about this. Now get out of here or else, I said warningly. Thankfully, they left. Then I turned my attention back to Shadow, and he looked terrible. No, Shadow, please wake up. Crystal and Marina, call Donut Dad Pretzel Mom. Shadow needs medical attention. I cried as I pulled Shadow into my lap and held him close.
We're already on it, Sonic.
Marina said as she and Crystal dialed their phones. Finally, Donut Dad and Pretzel Mom arrived.
Where's my boys?
Pretzel Mom asked as she and Donut Dad ran over to us. We're right here, Pretzel Mom, I said tearfully as I looked at them.
Let's get you boys home and then I'll see what I can do.
Pretzel Mom told me reassuringly. Then Donut Dad picked up Shadow and we headed for the car. Don't worry guys, I'll call you the moment he wakes up. I told my worried friends before I got into the car and we left for the house.
Now the Wachowski family is in the living room. Shadow is laying on the couch. Tom is comforting Sonic on the opposite side of the couch, who was still hysterical, and Maddie was pacing. Finally, Maddie was able to figure out Shadow's condition.
He's going to be fine. He just has some cuts and bruises. All he needs is a few band-aids and time to regain his consciousness. Now, Sonic, what happened today? Because you seem more on edge than usual.
Maddie said soothingly that Sonic told his parents about the cafeteria incident and the after-school incident. Maddie and Tom shed hot, angry tears after hearing this.
Don't worry, Sonic. Those girls' punishment will be severe for doing this.
Tom declared seriously. Then at that moment, Shadow started to wake up. Sonic was the first to notice, and in no time, they were all at Shadow's side.